Hi everybody, this is the Amazing Mina, and today I'm finally only a week late on making this video to appease the player with the wave in their name. And today we're going to find out, is Monumenta worth playing? But we got to figure out, what exactly is Monumenta? So pulling it up on the wiki, it's a capture the monument game, and you pretty much go against challenges and find wool. But what does that actually mean? So we'll put on our detective hats and we'll find out together. So Monumenta is very similar to Windcraft, if you know what that is. And if you don't, there's like different regions. And so in the Starter Valley Kings region, you have a few different towns. And within each town, there's going to be these little quests. And you eventually progress forward to being able to do the dungeons. So in the starter town, Sear Haven, it's pretty nice. And I think one thing that I like about Monumenta is that there's different classes that you can do. So you can play Alchemist, so you splash potion bottles. I don't know what that does, but then you're Shaman, don't know what that does. And there's melee and other stuff. Truthfully, I'm not very knowledgeable because I just finished Region 2 last week, but that's only a small percentage of what's a part of the game. So another large portion of the game, aside from quests, is what's called point of interests. We'll go to one right now. I'll probably cut this out so that we don't have to see me running for 30 seconds. So if you like breaking spawners and killing mobs, then you'll love this game. But if you don't, then got bad news for you. So as with games with different classes, you'll have different abilities. Actually, never been here, truthfully. And you have Eagle Eye, and then you can shoot volley, and you can send the fox out. That's fun stuff to do. I don't think there's any spawners here. But anyways, you just gotta trust me on that part. One thing that is kind of nice is that for the most part, every area that isn't something like that, you don't really have to worry about getting randomly attacked. So you can just completely turn off your brain and then just go get yourself a nice glass of water midway through, and you don't have to worry too much. And then, so talking about the wolves, it's these little trophies that you get after you finish a dungeon. Something that was a little unexpected is the first dungeon is actually relatively difficult. So you kind of just gotta take your time and play really carefully. But I think one thing that's really great about this server is, for the most part, everybody's pretty nice. And even though I ask lots of dumb questions, because they know that I'm genuinely dumb, they'll always be there to help out, you know? So I think that's pretty nice. Yeah, so you have a bunch of different dungeons for each region. As mentioned, there's 3 different regions. So you can see that, I don't think it'll. So here's what the map looks like. Don't want to spoil too much, but that's. And then here's the second world. You have Pirates of the Caribbean, and then you have Antarctica, and then you have Volcano Desert Town, and then you have Egypt. So that's pretty cool. And then you have, don't even know how to pronounce that. Um, I don't even know what you would call this, but yeah. And then there's boss fights. I have a few other videos on the boss fights, and there is a pretty steep learning curve, so I was pretty full shocked when I was playing it, but luckily you can just tell people, oh, first comp, and then they'll be like, oh, okay, you're bad, we won't blame you, which is pretty nice. Overall, I'd give it a strong like 8.5 out of 10. I think the only thing that like really takes it down is like I think like a few quality of life stuff. Like when you're like breaking the spawners and then there's like three and then it's like you break them and it's like, oh, I'm safe, I'm safe. But then there's like one in the wall or something. Or like you'll be like 80% breaking a spawner and then like you'll just lose the RNG battle and then five like enemies will appear and then they'll like kill you and it's like that's kind of unlucky. But other than that, it's a good server. Most of the people are pretty cool and it's definitely refreshing, especially if you've already come from Windcraft, which I did. So it's kind of nice to have like a new adventure and kind of like start something new without having a super strong foundation in the game. And then here's the IP if you want to play like on the North American server. And then you can also just do this one.